Alright guys, in this video we will be doing the cross-site scripting from INE Labs EJPT certification. So it's a free course. You can do the free labs. So you can see this is the IP address given, and if you go to the IP address you can see XSS lab. So this lab is about XSS attacks. So I will briefly describe about these attacks. So these attacks arise because of insecure input sanitizing of the JavaScript. So uh, not only JavaScript, it's insecure input handling. Suppose let's say we have the search functionality here. You can see home and a blog, and so you need to be logged in to write a comment. Okay, and here is the contact and login. So coming to the home, you can see the search bar, and now if I search for phone and hit enter, you can see here we have the search item here, that is phone we have searched for. So that means it is displaying the whatever we have searched item here. So if there is no input sanitization, now what I can do is I can say h2, let's say h1 tag. Now we can say testing. So now here what exactly we are going to do is we are searching for this h1 tag. So the search should be exactly like this. So if you hit search, and you can see there is no h1 tags, and actually this testing has been rendered as a heading 1, that is the main big heading. So that means whatever you search here, it is being rendered in the browser. So now what we can do is you can select this and inspect. If you click on inspect, you can see here there is a h1 tag and it is being rendered in a heading. So this type of XSS attack is called reflective XSS. That means whenever you search here, it will be reflected here. There is another type of XSS, that is stored XSS. That means this same content we type here, it will be stored in the database. So whenever the page is being loaded, the content in the database will be run. That means the browser will interpret it as a h1 tag. So what we can also do is we can use the JavaScript. So script, we can say alert of, let's say hi, and we can close the script tag. So we are trying to execute the JavaScript, and this alert will pop up the alert box, and click on search, and you can see the alert box displays hi. Okay, this is normal one. So if you refresh the page again, so okay, if you click on the home again, you will get here normally. So here instead of alert, what you can do is you can display the cookie. So if you right click on this page and go to inspect and click on this arrow and click on and memory, sorry, edit this cookie. So this cookie PHP session ID, this value, so this ID represents our user. So since we did not log in, it's a normal value. I will show you the cookie when we have logged in as an attacker. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up some cookie value in the alert box. So to do that, you need to say document.cookie and close the script tag. So we are displaying the cookie value instead of hi in the alert box. Now click search, and you can see this is the cookie. So with this cookie, I can log in into the any user that this cookie varies to. Click on OK. So this we can output the cookie value also. Now what we're going to do is we have the login access using the attacker. So the credentials are attacker and attacker. Now click on login, click on attacker. Now hit login. So now you can see here hi attacker. So that means this user is the attacker, and if we go to cookie, you can see this is the cookie set to this attacker user. So this is the edit this cookie extension. This is a nice extension you can use. So in the same way you can generate the, I am sorry, that is alert. So we can test whether this input, yes, this input is working. And now what we're going to do is click on blog, and now here there are two fields, right? One is the object name and this is the comment, and we need to send it to the database. So let's test for the h1 tag here, and let's say temp. Now click on send. Now my comment has been added, and you can see here the object is h1 tag and the temp. So that means this object field is sanitized correctly. So let me delete this one. Now let's say pawn, and now here we need to send these h1 tags to see whether this input has been successfully sanitized or not. Click on send. Now my comment has been added like previous one, and now you can see it did not render in a browser in a HTML format. It's just normal plain string. So that means these two fields are not vulnerable to accesses. Okay, of course you can also test these fields, because this will be like copy paste for these comments. Let's delete this post, and you can see there is another contact page. Now you can say here name field. Now what I can do is I can say script alert of 7 and script. So now we need to say the temporary mail and subject blah blah blah. Okay, now we are testing this name field. Let's copy this and submit us. And now you can see there is no alert box. That means this field is not vulnerable, and of course we cannot send here because it contains a thread. That means this field may be mostly vulnerable. And the name, say temp, and now click on submit us. So there is some error. Okay, no problem. So that means it's being executed here. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an image that will redirect to our fake web server. Okay, now I will show you. So we need to we simply no need to display the cookie. Instead of, we need to send this cookie to our attacker machine, that is this box. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to set up a simple web server using the Python. So now the document.cookie will be sent in a get request to this web server. That means we can display here the value of cookie. So how we need to display is, we need to say script. We need to create a variable, new variable, say where I is equals to we are going to create a new image object, and then we are going to point the src, the source value, to this URL http colon, and we need to give this IP address. So the IP address is this one. Copy this and then paste here. And the port number is 8000, and then we can just randomly say cookie is equals to plus we can say escape function. So this escape function will store all the not normal strings, so there will be some special characters, so that will be preserved in this function. We can say document dot cookie. Okay, I think it's fine. Cookie is equals to document.cookie. Okay, and now I think without the quotations we can close this. Put the semicolon and then we can close the script. Okay, so we are sending to this IP address and the cookie value is document.cookie. So now we need to copy hold this one and paste it in here, and before that make sure that our web server is running. Now submit us, and they are telling that administrator visits the application every few minutes. That means he is going to log in for every few minutes, and when he logged in we will get the cookie, because this uh, XSS payload will be stored in the database and it will be executed whenever any user visits the page. Okay, all we need to do is we need to simply wait for the admin to log in and we will get the cookie. Okay guys, now we got the cookie. You can see there are two logins, so that means admin have logged in recently. So all you need to do is you can copy this php ssid and this percentage 3d is equals to, and after that the cookie starts, and copy this cookie and go to the home page, and I'm using the edit this cookie and paste this value and click on this tick mark. So the cookie has been set, and refresh this page. Now you can see hi attacker change it to hi admin, and you can see there is another page, admin page. This means you can see here congratulations, congrats, you did it. So that means we have successfully logged into admin with the cookie. So that's how you steal the cookies using the XSS attack.